It's your fault that you're with the narcissist. You let this happen. You stayed with him, even after everything he did to you. You chose him over and over again, even when the signs were right in front of you. You allowed him to drain you emotionally, financially, and mentally. You let him control the narrative of your life. And you had the power to walk away, but you didn't. I'll never forget the moment my aunt said those words to me. I had just poured out my heart, telling her how much he manipulated me, drained me financially, and made me feel like I was losing myself. And instead of sympathy, instead of understanding, she just looked at me dead in the eyes and said, "You let this happen. You stayed. You chose him." I was stunned, furious, devastated, because in that moment, it felt like she was blaming me, like she didn't understand the trauma bond, the manipulation, the way narcissists break you down slowly, that you don't even see what is happening. And maybe right now you're feeling the same way. Like I just called you out, like I'm saying it's your fault. But what if I told you buried inside those painful words is a truth that could set you free? Because while it's not your fault that the narcissist targeted you, it is your responsibility to break the cycle. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. Because until you do, this pattern will keep repeating. So stay with me until the end because I have something for you that will help you start this transformation today. Hey, I'm Liz, transformation life coach, real estate investor, and someone who once thought buying a pair of way too high heels was a good idea until I ended up on the floor in a heap of regret. But here's what I really learned. Breaking free from toxic patterns and living a life I love is way more important than a pair of shoes. But here's the real tea. I used to let toxic people control my life, including a narcissist who drained me emotionally, financially, and mentally. And then one day, my aunt hit me with a brutal, honest truth bomb. It's your fault you're with the narcissist. You let this happen. You stayed with him after everything. Ouch, right? But you know what? Those harsh words were exactly what I needed to hear. They woke me up. They made me realize that toxic people weren't just limited to him. There were others that were doing the same thing, and I was letting them. So I made a choice. Break free from those toxic patterns and create a life that I actually love. Now I'm on a mission to help you do the same. If you're ready to kick those toxic patterns to the curb, level up your mindset, and build a life that lights you up, you're in the right place. Let's do this. So let's get into why we end up in these relationships. I know how painful this is. I used to think I was just too nice, that I kept attracting broken people because I had a big heart. But the truth, I was operating from old wounds. I was subconsciously drawn to people that made me feel the way I did in my childhood, where love felt like something you had to earn, where I had to prove my worth. And this is what most people don't understand about narcissistic relationships. They don't just happen. They're part of a cycle that started long before the narcissist ever entered your life. So no, it's not your fault. But if you don't start rewiring your mind, if you don't start unlearning those beliefs that made you vulnerable in the first place, it will happen again. And that's the part no one talks about. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about why you're addicted to the pain. Here's what's really going on. Your brain has been trained to confuse chaos with love. Maybe you grew up in a home where love was inconsistent, where you had to work for approval, where affection felt like a reward instead of a given. And now, when a narcissist creates that same push-pull dynamic, your nervous system recognizes it as normal. That's why healthy love can feel boring at first. That's why red flags didn't feel like red flags. They felt like home. But here's the good news. You don't have to stay stuck in this pattern. You can break free. You can retrain your mind to recognize real love. And I'm going to show you how. But first, let's expose the lies that keep you stuck. Quick note, because I know how lonely this process can be. The narcissist has already derailed all your friends and family from your life. If you need someone to talk, I'm here for you. I'm giving back the same love and generosity that other women gave to me when I felt stuck. And if you just need someone to speak to, I'm open to chat. Please book a call with me completely free. I'll leave the link in the description below. No one should have to go through this alone. All right, let's get into exposing the lies that kept you stuck. The truth is, you were never the problem. Lie number 1, you just have bad luck in love. No, this isn't about luck. It's about conditioning. If you keep attracting the same type of person, it's because your subconscious is following a pattern that you didn't choose, but one that was programmed into you. Maybe you grew up in a home where love was inconsistent. Maybe you were taught to earn love by people pleasing. Sound familiar? Maybe you learned that chaos felt like home. I'm raising my hand. But here's the truth. That pattern, it can be broken. Let's get into lie number 2. The lie is, if you love them enough, they'll change. This is the most dangerous lie of them all. Love doesn't heal narcissism. No amount of sacrificing yourself will make them treat you better. They don't need your love. They need control. And the only way to win is to stop playing their game. So if you're waiting for them to wake up one day and suddenly become the person you need them to be, I hate to say it, but you'll be waiting forever. Now let's get into lie number 3. The lie you've been told is you're not strong enough to leave. Let me tell you something. You are stronger than you think. You've already survived so much. And the fact that you're here watching this means there's a part of you that knows you deserve better. And that part of you, it's right. Now, it's not just about recognizing the lies that you've been fed. It's about unlearning the toxic patterns that keep you stuck and beginning to recognize what real love looks like. Because let's be honest, your brain has been conditioned to associate chaos with love. And that's a habit that we can break. But before I dive deeper into how you can start rewiring your mind and recognizing real love, I want to ask you a quick favor. If you're getting something out of this video, please take a moment to support my channel by giving it a thumbs up. I do this out of pure passion for helping women just like you, and your support helps the YouTube algorithm to push this video out to someone else who may need to hear this message today. Thank you so much for being here and for helping spread the word. So, how do we rewire your brain? How do we shift that pattern so you can start to recognize healthy, balanced love? I'm glad you asked. Here's what I did after 15 horrific years with a narcissist. Step number 1, start by identifying the beliefs that no longer serve you. This is where you have to be brutally honest with yourself. What do you believe love should look like? Is it always intense, dramatic, and full of ups and downs? Or could love be calm, steady, and supportive? When we keep attracting narcissistic partners, we're often operating from these outdated beliefs. Ones that say love requires pain or that you need to sacrifice yourself to be loved. You absolutely don't, and you should not ever. Step number 2 to rewiring your mind is to cultivate self-awareness. Before you can spot healthy love, you have to start by loving yourself. Ask yourself, what does self-love really look like? Is it putting your needs first, setting boundaries, doing things for you without guilt? Once you start putting yourself first, your standards for love will shift. You'll stop accepting crumbs and start expecting a whole meal. If you're enjoying this video, make sure to check out my other videos where I dive deep into some tough love that you won't want to miss. My next video is titled Toxic Men Love You, High Value Men Ignore You. This one is where I show you exactly why you're attracting the wrong people and how you can finally break free and start living the life in love you deserve. Get ready for some serious transformation. Now, let's get into step 3 of rewiring your mind. Step number 3 is to practice mindful dating and relationships. What does this mean? When you start dating or re-entering the relationship game, be intentional. Don't rush in based on chemistry alone. Take time to observe, set boundaries, and communicate openly. Watch for consistency in their actions, not just their words. Real love is steady and trustworthy. Pay attention to how they treat you, especially when times get tough. So here's the thing. Recognizing real love requires a massive shift in how you see yourself and how you relate to others. It's about breaking old patterns and rewiring your mind to make room for something new. That takes repetition, dedication, and support. And that's where I come in. I've created a completely free 5-day experience to help you do exactly this. It's not about quick fixes. It's about teaching you how to break free from toxic cycles and start loving yourself in a way that sets you up for the right kind of love you truly deserve. But be warned, this isn't for everyone. If you're serious about getting off the hamster wheel, healing, and stepping into a new chapter of life, then this experience is for you. But if you're just looking for another feel-good video or some motivational quotes, this isn't it. I know you're ready to stop repeating the same mistakes and start trusting yourself and others again. It's freaking hard to change these habits, so don't do it alone. Click the link below and let's do this together. As always, thank you so much for supporting this video. Please give it a like, thumbs up. Let me know in the comments below what thoughts you have, and please share something with our community so we can help out one another. I love you all so much, and I hope to see you in the 5-day challenge. Many blessings to you. You are beautiful, amazing, and I love you so much. God bless. Bye-bye.